Comes down to who bears the load. When we put out the notice that you're going to be on the program, we've had a few letters and calls from pensioners unhappy. One pensioner particularly unhappy at you cutting the pensioner education supplement or payment. Another several very unhappy about you cutting the pensioner bonus. Why are you picking on pensioners in this budget?
We're not picking on anyone, but
they feel like you're picking on them.
Well, we said pre-election that the low-income bonus would go. We said pre-election that the school kids bonus would go.
You said pre-election no change to pensions.
And there are no changes to pensions
well, that's not how they feel it, because they were getting these payments and now they're not going to be getting these payments.
But the low-income bonus, we were quite upfront with people before the election that was going to go. And we were also quite upfront, Fran, that we would get the budget back under control. You might remember the mantra. It was stop the boats, repeal the carbon tax, build the roads of the 21st century and get the budget back under control. So people, I think, were on notice that we were going to do what was necessary to ensure that we were not being a burden on our children and grandchildren.
I wonder how you think, though, that people were on notice that they weren't going to receive cuts to their pensions or they weren't going to see cuts to health or cuts to education when you said there would be no cuts to health, there would be no cuts to education. You said it over and over again. Why did you think you could get away with saying that if you weren't going to deliver that?
But, Fran, again, we have a very serious problem here, a problem where we were living beyond our means, and the first duty of government is not to do what's easy, but to do what's right and necessary for our country. And we could not go on running up massive debts for our children and grandchildren to pay. That would be a form of intergenerational theft. Now, you ask about health and education. We promised that there would be no reductions over the forward estimates. What's happened is that the first of the out years has now come into the forward estimates, and we never said that we were going to maintain Labor's pie-in-the-sky promises in the out years. We never said that. And all these claims of massive cuts to health and education, none of that money was ever in the budget. And what we've said is that there will be a slower rate of growth in what were the out years than Labor promised.